I thank you for your good wishes. It's been a while since I've been with you all. Good pals, and you got my special friend Michael there with you. So it's a treat to see you this morning.
Great to see you, Bob.
Rubin is totally sticking his. I mean, you know, he's a part 76ers owner. He's fully behind the Patriots. I mean, you have to. He's got to travel around Philadelphia in a disguise, I think.
No. If the Patriots aren't playing the Eagles, I'm an Eagles fan. But
who do you want to win the Super Bowl?
The truth is the Patriots, and I took a lot of abuse for it. A lot of people gave me a hard time, but family first. The Kraft family are my guys, and
you gave an answer, which not everyone will do. So that's pretty good, Bob.
It's nice to be a private company. I can say what I want.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some other
another reason to stay private.
Exactly.
So Robert, I have seen people talk about the Patriots. Whenever they lose a game, it's like, oh, this might be it. And you know, in terms of the season, things are different. Once again, we're hearing things like that. How are you feeling about the prospects? Usually by the end of the season, there's a lot more wins than losses in your tenure.
Well, we have a saying up here in New England that the season really starts after Thanksgiving, and now teams are getting to know one another. We surely have a ways to go. It's not the kind of start that I would have liked, but it's part of the building process, and we believe strongly in this team, our coaching staff, our quarterback, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
I'm not, you know, I'd never use the term fake news, but I read all these manufactured stories about Belichick versus Brady, and you know, the three of you are talking this way and that way. Is it the media likes to write stuff, don't they? Especially about the Patriots. Is there any where there's smoke, is there fire, or do you just read it and kind of go, I don't know where this comes from?
Well, you know, Joe, and you have it, a great marriage because I've met your lovely wife. And we've been together 19 years, which is unheard of for a head coach, a quarterback, and an ownership group. And thankfully, we've had a lot of success. And whenever that happens, you become a target, and we understand that. And there's always tensions and issues and different things you got to deal with. But that's part of the privilege of owning a team and being successful. And, you know, I have a little saying that envy and jealousy are incurable diseases, and you'd rather be a recipient than a donor. So that's part of what's going on now.
Robert, talk about the health of the overall NFL business. This morning we were talking with Brian Roloff about ratings, and we know ratings have been pretty strong this year. I think kind of flattish overall, down 1%.
Yeah,
and I know primetime broadcast TV's been, I think, down in the low teens. But like, how's the overall NFL business doing today?
Well, let me just speak as chair of the broadcast committee, and I've been involved for over 15 years. I think there's a misconception about our ratings. If you think about it, like last night, which was the biggest news day in our history since the election of the president, and everyone was absorbed with news, and I'm sure those ratings are way up. Our Thursday night game, our first game on Fox and Amazon and NFL Network, was up 8% last night. You know, in 2007, 22 of the top 100 programs were NFL games. 10 years later, in 2017, 72 of the top games, top shows, were NFL games. And the best news for the NBC family is, for the 7th straight year, Sunday Night Football was the #1 show on primetime TV. No other network has a record like that for a primetime show. So I think we got to do a better job in our messaging. General television, broadcast television ratings are down across the board, but the NFL is still pretty strong.
It could be maybe more NBC carried games on, I don't know, Thursday or other days might be the answer to it if it goes so well on Sunday, Bob. Is that being discussed?
Well, I think all our networks are doing a good job. It's our part of it is we gotta.
Awesome.
We have to give you a good product, but part of the excitement of what's going on now, there are a lot of young, great new quarterbacks coming on the scene and
Yes.
performing. You look at that game last night.
Right.
The two quarterbacks were awesome,
Right.
and the whole presentation. I stayed up and watched the whole game.
Hey, Bob, clearly the NFL still dominates in the United States, but one of the things that, and I was thinking about Michael, given the NBA, the NBA has really created quite a remarkable international strategy. And at the same time, you also have soccer on the international side coming to the United States in a more meaningful way. What's the long-term international strategy, you think, for the league when it comes to rights and getting the game out there?
Well, it's a good question, and it's a real challenge for us and one that we deem very important. Remember, a game like the NBA or soccer, that's played worldwide. We are trying to do a better job in terms of having our game be exposed worldwide. I think that what's happened with gaming and fantasy helps us a lot in terms of making it a very interesting proposition as we try to educate people in our game. It's made for the gaming apps, and whether you go against individuals or a group of friends or all the potential propositions, we're very excited what that means for the growth and development of the sport.
Hey, Robert, you talk about international. I did a little research this morning. I've seen that you're 3-0 internationally, all for away games. But is there a time in the not too distant future where we may see a team that's permanently based outside of North America?
Yeah, well, it's interesting you say that. When we played our first game in London, I think it was about 7 years ago, you know, I predicted that I thought eventually there would be a franchise there. And I think it would be good for us if we did it in the UK first. And we use that as a European base. We have very strong support in Germany as well, and the game is getting exposed all over. We like our record playing overseas, so.
But you're not going to move internationally even with a 3-0 away record, right?
No.
Hey, Bob, you sell boxes anymore? You do? What's Kraft Industries up to?
You know, after 50 years of being in the business, it's really become quite a good industry. It's consolidating.
How's the economy?
Jonathan's going to get very mad at me, but we're going to hopefully announce something soon that'll be very exciting. And this is going to be a record year for us in our paper and packaging. We have records in every part of our business, in the export, in the domestic consumption. The economy is very strong.
You okay with it?
That was a big hint. Give us a little more.
How about the tariffs? You okay with that, Bob? Or is it
well, I think the tariffs, look, everyone has certain problems with the tariffs, but I really believe that's a short-term issue. Okay. And really what Washington is doing is correcting a big problem for us. When you have a $500 billion to $100 billion deficit with China, and really, you know, we ship a car there and we pay 25%, and they ship a car here and they pay 2.5%. That's not right. And there'll just be adjustments. We'll go through some rough tumbles, but in the end, it'll sort itself out, and I think America will be stronger because of it.
Your eyes lit up to talk about we don't ever ask you about that anymore. I don't think you'd be the owner of the Patriots without Kraft Industries. So, you know.
You're absolutely right, Joe.
Yeah.